In Chapter 3, we begin looking at the exponential function. The exponential function is a function with base b and is defined by f of x equals b to the x power, or we can write it y equals b to the x. Generally, it will be written f of x equals b to the x. In other words, these are functions where the variable x is in the exponent. Notice how in both of these versions we have x in the exponent here. In our exponential function, the b is our base, and our base has the characteristic that it is a positive number always, and it is not 1. So it can be any positive number, not 1. In our exponential function, x is our exponent, and is any real number. So having an exponent does not automatically make something an exponential function. So let's take a look at some functions that are exponential functions that meet the criteria of an exponential functions. And let's also take a look at some that do not, just so we're sure that we can distinguish between these two. So on the left, let's look at some that are, and then on the right, we'll look at some that are not. So these are, if I have f of x equal to 2 to the x power. In this function, our base would be 2. Our exponent would be x. Our next example, we might look like g of x equals 10 to the x power. In this case, our base is 10. Our exponent is x. We might also have something that looks like this, 3 to the x plus 1. That is also an exponential function where our base is 3. We might also see bases that are less than 1. So we may also see j of x equals 1/2 to the x minus 1 power, or just x power, doesn't matter. Our base, in this case, is 1/2. So these are all exponential functions. These all have a constant base, and they all have a variable in the exponent. So let's take a look at what it looks like when we don't have an exponential function. So if I were to set something up that looks like this, f of x equals x squared. So that would be the graph of a parabola, right? So that would not be an exponential function. Our variable is in the base, not the exponent. So the reason this one would not meet the characteristics of an exponential function is because the variable is in the base. So the variable is in the base of this one, not the exponent. All right, I might also see something that looks like this. So in this case, I have a variable in my exponent, but if you recall, one of the conditions of exponential functions is that my base is any positive number, not 1. So I can have any number other than 1. So because I have a base that is equal to 1, then this is not an exponential function. So the base cannot be 1. I might also see something that looks like this. Another one of the rules of exponential functions is that my base must be a positive number. So this one would not meet that criteria because I have a negative number. So my base must be a positive number. And in the last example, let's say I have x to the x power. This would not be an exponential function because I have a variable in both the base and in the exponent. Evaluating exponential functions is essentially the same as evaluating any other type of function. You would need to locate the value in whatever problem you're working that represents the exponential value. You would substitute it into your function and then utilize your calculator or technology to evaluate that particular function. So depending on the calculator that you use, be it a TI or Casio or whatever you're using, your exponent key may look different. You may be using one that has a key that is a caret. You may have one like that, I'm not sure. You may also see an exponent key that is a y to the x. You may need to use the shift key or the second key to get to your exponent. Some of them, I think, even say EXP. I'm not sure. If yours isn't any one of those four, maybe Google the name of your calculator and ask it which one is the exponent key if you are not sure what it is. So let's take a look at how to evaluate an exponential function using this word problem as an example. So the exponential function given here, f of x equal to 42.2 times 1.56 to the x, models the average amount spent in dollars at a shopping mall after x hours. So in other words, they've modeled how much people spend after they've spent a certain amount of time just kind of walking around in the mall. So what is the average amount spent to the nearest dollar after 3 hours at the mall? So what we're going to do is figure out how much our function equals when our value of x, or when our variable x, is evaluated at 3 hours. So what we're actually asking here is, what is our function value at f of 3? So this is just like evaluating any function. The only difference here is our variable is in an exponent and not just within our function itself. So let me erase this here. I meant to put my 3 up in there. Go ahead and write that in. So if you grab your calculator, we're going to go ahead and raise 1.56 to the third power, and you should get 3.796 is the rounded value. When we multiply these two values together, you get approximately 160.209, which is approximately 160. So after 3 hours of shopping, the average amount spent is approximately $160. All right, next up we'll take a look at the graphs of exponential functions and its characteristics.